And welcome to a review of MW by Osamu Tezuka. MW follows the story of Yuki, who is a psychopathic killer that may or may not be a good person, and there's also Father Garai. Now, Garai and Yuki have known each other for about 16 years. They met on an island called Okinomifune Island, and there they witnessed some horrors, such as mass genocide of the people of that island through a chemical weapon leaking out through the air. And that chemical weapon is called MW. And from there, some crazy stuff happens. Now, when I said psychotic killer, it's got the usual I'm gonna hunt you down type thing, where it's like you have this detective who's trying to hunt him down, but that doesn't occur until like a little while. How should I put this? It's not what you'd expect. I've never seen something such as something where a psychotic person is the main character, and then it involves politics. Normally, in this kind of, the main character is a serial killer type thing. It never involves politics. Politics are usually never involved with anything relating to a serial killer. But this is what Yuki is. Yuki is a serial killer, and he kills people in some pretty messed up ways, such as drugs, choking and then cutting off the fingers and cutting off the head, burning the face, throwing the body parts into the tracks of a moving train. And it's just many things that he does that are just messed up. And another thing that I should state is that there is a lot of sexual things that happen in this. And a lot of those sexual things are kind of disturbing. For example, like the whole lieutenant thing, where he slept with the lieutenant's wife and then with the lieutenant. Yeah, that was weird. Okay, just gonna be honest with you. That was one of the many moments in this thing right here in MW where I just had to set it down. I had to be like this. Okay, all right, and it reminds me a lot about the parts in like Pink, where I was just like, okay. Because it's just a fun read. This is like very entertaining, and I feel like the most entertaining part is watching everything play out. It's like you're so focused on the current events, you don't think about, what's going to happen next. You're focused on what's happening now. And it's like, I don't know if it's because Osamu Tezuka has made many works, and he's had like tons of times to work on his craft, but he is a genius when it comes to suspense. Like, through this whole thing, I was like, alrighty then. I was like, how is this gonna end? How? I need to fix this. By the end, I was so focused in just saying, how will this end? How will this end? How will this end? I want to know how it will end. How will everything play out? What's going on? What is Yuki gonna do? Is he really going to mass produce MW? Is he really going to is this all just a suicide thing to him? Is he just gonna die? Is his brother a rapist? Just like him. And Yuki really did die in the airplane. Who knows? Because at the end, you just get a smile. And you really don't know whether it is Yuki's brother or is Yuki himself. But he just has this grin. And for some strange reason, I think that's probably the case, because if this is Yuki, I think Yuki would be the type to gloat and say, I won anyways. You thought you knew what my plan was. But I succeeded in my plan of making those who killed millions, killed hundreds, suffer. And I think it just would have been satisfying to find out see a panel where the detective is just in shock, where this confident detective who's like, I know who this person is, I can guess who he is, and then see that detective immediately be like, I was wrong. Because he just seems like the type of person to be like, he's not wrong. Like, I am 100% right. I knew it was him all along, and I knew exactly what I was going to do. I won. But it's like, the fact is that he really didn't stop Yuki's plan, because Yuki still won either way. Because it's still up in the air of what he really wanted to do. At some point, he says that he wants to use the MW to kill everybody. However, he says this to Garai, someone who we've seen Yuki mess with Garai repeatedly, lie to Garai. And it's like, I don't believe it. I think that Yuki is a great person, but I feel like this is kind of like a John Doe situation in a way.
Nothing wrong with a man taking pleasure in his work.
Like, I feel like he's closer to John Doe than he is with Patrick or Alex. But I'm just saying, this is just an entertaining thing. This is like something where there's so much. It's like, I got an intellectual boner when Yuki referred to Garai as Mephistopheles. Like, oh my god, like, just inflate my ego even more. But it's like, I cannot deny the fact that this is solid. This is beautiful. I mean, always when it comes to Osamu Tezuka, his like, the endings always leave you a kind of like a bad taste in your mouth. But then when you look back on that, you know, the aftertaste. But I don't know if there's anything that exists where at first it's like the first taste, it's like it's terrible, and then the aftertaste is amazing. But that's how I kind of view the endings. It's like, once it's over, you're like, but then when it sits on you, you're like, it was actually pretty great. I don't care about that ending. And it's like, I don't know why. Maybe it's just that I'm a Tezuka dick rider, but I really think that Osamu Tezuka is a genius. And I think his stories and the way he does suspense, and it's like, he just knows how to grip you. And honestly, there's a reason why they call him the god of manga. So you may be wondering, what will I review? What will I rate this? What will I rate? Honestly, there's a part of me that says 10 out of 10, and then there's another part of me that says, hold on, 9 out of 10. But it's like, every time I look back on thinking of it, I think that, man, was this like a joyride. This was like a roller coaster that, like an awesome roller coaster that you went on for the first time and loved it, and then you keep going back on it. And I don't know what I'm trying to get at, but the thing is that every time I look back at it, I say, man, that was great. And I can't deny the fact that I will read this again when the time comes. Give it a year or two, I will reread this. Anyways, that was it. I hope you enjoyed. If you want some recommendations, if you want to recommend me something, please do. I'm open for all recommendations. Movies, books, TV shows, comics, manhwa, all, like, everything. And I'll review them. Like, if you want to see me review something, just down in the comments. And also, another thing is, if you see this background when I review something, that means it's either an 8 out of 10, a 9 out of 10, or a 10 out of 10. So, Just know that. And this has been wonderful. Thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for reasons because I want you to, and you'll probably want to see more reviews. I don't know. It's up to you. But anyways, bye.